What is going on? How is everyone doing? Good morning. What's up, Wayne? And how you doing? So I'm gonna redo this QQQ chart. Pretty nice chart here. Pretty solid looking chart. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So hope everyone had a good day yesterday. We had some good trades. The swing trade ended up coming back completely, which was crazy. Happy hump day. Yeah, today is Wednesday. It's already Wednesday. This week's flying by. This week is flying by. So QQQ down 0.6% here pre-market. Rejected continuously, making lower highs. We have a nice double bottom here. Yesterday, gap down, bounced right off that previous low from last Friday. Ended up showing a crazy move right back to where we were, to where we opened on that previous Monday. Crazy move. Absolutely crazy move yesterday. Didn't expect it to do that. How do I get your chart without having to keep resizing? I'm not sure. I just move it around. Maybe adjust here, or maybe in the settings, auto fit stated to screen. Maybe just play around with some of those settings. But QQQ looks pretty good. I mean, it's down to 0.6%, but we'll see if it can hold this zone here. Right around here. Right, because we have this previous double top here, previous resistance there, acted as a double bottom there. So we do have a big support below here at 363.86. So we'll see if that can hold, because we do have a nice setup here. Appreciate you, Bino. If everyone can drop a like in the video, that'd be great. SPY, I ended up going long right here yesterday. All right, I took a long right around here. It was up 20% into close, and now we're getting a gap down. Again, every single position I think I've taken in the last like 2 weeks has started green. So again, there's always opportunity to get out before me. I'm looking for the bigger percentage gains. And I'm willing to take a larger loss for that. Right, I'll take a 50 or a 70% loss for a 3, 4, 500% gain. That's what I'm looking for. But again, when the challenge account starts, we're going strict A+ setups. We're going strict. We're locking in gains. We're locking in gains here and there. All right, we don't really need to go for massive gains every single time. Take a sip of my coffee. So, higher and higher lows on SPY here. Crazy fake out yesterday on that 437.34 resistance. Crazy fake out. So, right, previous support acted as resistance, broke through, pulled back, saw a crazy move back to the downside. Now we have higher and higher lows. We're still sitting above this previous support, right? Acted as a support here, resistance here. We can even draw it like this if we want. Something like that, right? Support, resistance, support, and so on. Put it right there. We're down 0.4% here pre-market. We are down 0.4% pre-market. So we'll have to see how it reacts at these lows. We could see if we could bounce again. If not, we're gonna break down again. We'll see. Let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. VIX. All right, so look at this VIX chart. Right, resistance, 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 broke out. Saw that crazy move, pulled back, retested twice now. Now we're working its way back up. Kind of have this quadruple top, right? Resistance, 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 resistance. So if it breaks through there, everything else should start pushing to the downside. I'll set an alert above. We're also creating this higher and higher lows. So it looks like it wants to push back up. It's not been spying and everything else to the downside. Again, so I'll have to probably cut those longs at open and switch to short if it starts to break down. We do have a crazy week. Earnings is today on Tesla. So be aware of that. What else has earnings today? I posted it in the watch list section as always. Netflix earnings. A few banks have earnings. We'll see how that reacts. Tesla, right? Tesla has earnings today. This previous support acting it as a perfect support yesterday. I ended up taking a short through, I think it was through this support or this support maybe. I don't really remember. But we got out for like a 20% gain and then ended up reversing. So good thing we got out. It is kind of flagging here, but we are gapping down. So it's kind of invalidating it. Right, lower and lower highs we rejected perfectly, started to create higher lows intraday, but now we're down 0.7%. These gap downs keep ruining all these setups, guys. But it'll come when these, everything starts to play out. Just give it time. Make sure you're sizing correctly. I'm still sizing very, very small, according to my account. Okay. So Apple rejected this multiple times, but really not too many setups here. Great breakdown yesterday, right? I took a short right through 176.51 and saw a fantastic move to the downside. Great 50% trade there. Rivian broke through this gap here, but now we're pulling back down, so it's kind of invalidated unless we start to break through again. We'll set an alert. Amazon right back to this previous resistance, acting as a support now. Not really any setup there unless we start to break through here up to the upside. Shop is up 1.3%, guys. Let me mute all these. Shop's up 1.38%. Shop is very bipolar. It constantly is doing the opposite of what the market's doing. We broke through yesterday, pulled back a little bit, retested. Now we're seeing that continuation. We do have a triple top here at 55.59, the level I've been mentioning for the last 2-3 weeks. So if we can break that, it looks pretty good. But I have an alert set below. BABA breaking down almost 1% here pre-market, pushing towards this triple bottom. Set an alert. See how it reacts there. Meta, nothing really there. Let's see what else we got. AMD has this resistance, tested multiple times, but again, nothing really working out there. Nvidia is down 2.18% here pre-market. Weaker than all names here. Google, not too shabby, but needs more time. PayPal, nothing really also. Microsoft's up 0.2%. I'm pretty sure they got news. Yeah, Microsoft to sign Amazon as customer in over 1 billion cloud tools deal. So that's up 0.2%. It's also kind of creating this resistance here. Kind of has higher lows being put in place. right? So, I mean, you could look for a wedge break there. Has this resistance right here, right? Resistance, resistance, kind of acted as resistance there, close enough. So if it can start to break through there, it looks pretty decent. I'll set an alert. Square. Let's take a look. It's creating these resistances here. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. I'll set an alert here on Square just in case, because if this can start to gain some volume and start to catch a wave, you know, we can see a big run here on Square. So area to go short, you can either look to look for a retest of 434.32, right? Previous support acted as a support yesterday. So you can look for a retest and a rejection here and then go short there. Or you're really going to have to wait until we retest that low of 432.45. I'd rather play it off this though. It would give you a better risk to reward. Right, if we go short, kind of right here, your stop loss is going to be sitting right above, probably around right there or so, and your price target's going to be all the way down here. So 3.5 to 1 risk to reward. It's pretty solid. As opposed to entering here, right? You enter here, your stop loss is up there, and your price target's here. So much worse risk to reward. Much worse. Today is Wednesday. Wednesdays are typically choppier. We have earnings coming up later. Is Powell speaking this week? I feel like I saw something about Powell. Powell speaks tomorrow, guys, at 12 o'clock. Today we have crude oil at 10:30. I'll post this in the watch list section and also here. Give me 1 second. Here you go. So here is the data. I'm going to post that in the watch list section as well. Yeah, Powell speaking tomorrow at 12 Eastern. This is Eastern time. Yep. Guys, what else? I want to comment from everyone. What else would help you become a better trader in my Discord? How can I help you trade better? What would, you know, be a game changer for you? You know, whether it's anything. Drop a comment. You know, I wanna start up in my game here. You know, I do these streams every day. They're amazing. They're super helpful. But let me know if you're looking for a specific tool or, you know, news or something. Right? What would help you get to the next level? Criteria for an A plus setup. I can drop something about that. Definitely. Could definitely make like a document about my A plus setup. That's a good idea, Randy. Thank you. Let me know what else. That way I can try and help everyone a little bit more than I already have. Agreeing the A plus setups. What makes an A plus setup versus just an okay one? Trading psychology. Bullen, are you in the Discord? Are you going to the Zooms? Because I feel like that would be the best for that. You know, maybe I can write some more content for that, but I feel like listening is the best case scenario to learn trading psychology, and watching me trade live is really the best case also, right? When I have a loss, which I lose a decent amount, right? I have right now within the last, you know, 1 or 2 months, I've had about a 65% win rate, which is lower than my average win rate over the last 10 years. Typically over the last 10 years, it's been about 75, which is 10% lower, right? So that means, out of every 100 trades, I'm losing about 10 more. But you'll really, figure out the trading psychology from watching me trade live and hearing my thought process throughout me trading, right? I took a SPY long at close. It was up 20%. I ended up swinging the full position. So I'm going to be down about 3,500 to 4,000 right at open, right? I took a $5,000 position size. How do I figure out risk to reward? That's just using that tool. So risk to reward, guys, is super simple, right? You want a 2-to-1 risk to reward is just when this green box, I can't get it exactly on the point, but when this green box is twice the size of the red box, right? A 3-to-1 is when this is 3 times the size of the red box, right? You could fit 3 of these red boxes in this green box, right? So when you have that, you kind of want to enter off of a support, right? So for example, if we were to enter here, we would need a stop loss right here, which is below this previous support. And the target would be, one of the resistances above. So in this case, if we entered right off the low here, our stop loss would be right here, right? Previous resistance, previous support, it would be right there. And our price target would be right here at the high, right? Resistance, resistance, resistance. That gives us a 3.1 risk to reward, right? We're entering here, stop loss here for a room or a stretch to go up to 437. So that's how risk to reward works. Yeah, it just takes time, Bullen. It takes at least, 2-3 years to develop a plus trading psychology. What's the best gamma or delta options you play? It's not really something I look at. So can't really give you advice there. All right, so it looks like everyone wants to figure out A plus setups. Good Microsoft. Microsoft looks pretty decent here. Just takes time not to develop that. But I'll work on that, putting something together for A plus setups. Is EM Cloud an indicator in TradingView others can use? I tried publishing it. They kept denying it. Really annoying. Notifications. Yeah, I don't know. I tried publishing it, kept getting denied for some reason. I don't know how this whole thing works anymore. But I'll try to do it again. I'll try to do it again and publish it. All right. I'm gonna go set up the Zoom. If anyone wants to trade live with me, jump in. Jump in and let's get after it. I will see you guys in the